Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Spartans here. East Ascension JV game going on right now. Just about a minute 50 left in that second period of that one, 21-11. Lady Jackets with the lead. So Josh Ward now joined by Mitch Covington. And Mitch, as we kind of look at this one, there's a lot to go back and look at from the week that was. We were here a week ago last Friday against the Walker Lady Cats, and the Yellow Jackets got a big win there. 60-50 over the parish rival, sent an undefeated team home with undefeated no more, and you put yourself in prime position in this district to now make some big moves here. And the more that you do that, and the more that you kind of chip away at these games, and we'll look back at Santa Maria that they played on Tuesday night, a three-pointer late towards the end of that one against with Taylor Smith, hit the three-pointer there, puts the Lady Jackets up with a 51-50 win over the Gators from the Gold Dome. So this team seems to have a lot of momentum going, but these tight games that we've seen throughout the season that they've been in has kind of put them in position that when they are in these tight spots, they know how to respond.
They definitely do, and I think that was part of Coach Smith's philosophy going into the season. They played a really tough schedule, non-conference, non-district. I believe when you look at the power ratings, we played the number 2, no, we played number 1, number 2, number 4, and number 7 in our bracket in the 5A non-select. Plus, if you start going down to like the Division II select side, we played the 1 and 2 there. We played in the Division III non-select side, the number 1 and the number 2 in that one. So we played a very tough non-district schedule. Got some losses, got some bumps and bruises. A lot of young players that are playing for us, some freshmen and some sophomores that are contributing a good bit. They kind of had to learn and catch up pace and get what's going on. But you also put yourself in a lot of close games, like you said. We weren't winning all of our games by 30 points, and so when it comes down to the last 2 minutes of a ball game, and it's a tie game or it's a 2-point game, one possession, we've had a lot of practice in learning how to handle those situations, learning who we want to go to, how we want to defend, and all those chances to learn in the non-district have paid off. Because as you mentioned last week when Walker made the big comeback in the fourth quarter that cut it down, a little bit close after we had a 32-point lead at one point. It got to single digits. We were able to kind of stay calm, keep our composure, and finish that game off. And then you go to the game Tuesday with Santa Maria, and you pull out a 1-point win, scoring late in the game to get that victory. That's where it pays off, and that's where the experience that you gain playing really good teams in the non-district pays off. And then if you look long-term, it pays off to help you for district, but also as you get toward the playoffs at the back end of district, you know you're going to play some close games in the playoffs.
I think what surprised me about all of this is that how talking about the district and how it plays out now is that, and I think we were talking after a postgame last week off air amongst ourselves, our little postgame meetings that we do, that, I was surprised that they don't do the home and away that they used to. Like when we were here, you played each team in your district, you played a home game, and then you went to their place, and you said that had a little bit to do with the power rating system, that some of the coaches, that you had a weak team in your district, that it would kind of change your power rating stuff. So they went to this where they play a district team one time, and it just kind of like football, it flip-flops every other year.
And that wouldn't be the case now with the situation. Our 5A girls district is very strong. All the teams are right now within the playoff bracket if it ended at this moment. But coaches were worried that every now and then you'd have a district. If you got seven or 8 teams in a district, the top 6 may be okay, with the bottom 2 maybe getting 4 or 5 wins on the season, and then playing them twice actually hurts you. Even if you beat them, it hurts you because they don't have very many wins. And so coaches have around the state really gone to just playing once for district opponents, not playing the home and home like we used to. So instead of getting a home and home, and Walker's going to have a chance at a rematch with the Lady Jackets later on, if they're going to get a rematch, it's going to be in the playoffs in the postseason. And so everybody's just going one round. So that means the games are extra important. They mean that much more. And to get that win over Walker to start out, put you a leg up kind of on the entire district, because Walker should have been the team you're looking at maybe to battle for the district title. And then Sandomal right behind us. Sandomal's got a really good ball club. Coach Peku and I were talking before we played Walker, and he was telling me some other teams in the district that were good. And he mentioned Sandomal right off the bat, and sure enough, they showed that. But we came through, got that victory, 51-50. So now we're sitting at 2-0, and now we just got East Ascension, Live Oak, Prairieville, and Dutchtown left. So 4 games left in the district. If you want to be a district champion, we go ahead and win those 4 games. That'd be a great accomplishment for this Lady Jacket team to win the district title.
Well, and the best part, you knock the toughest team out first. Mm-hmm. Opening district game, you have Walker here. You beat them here at your place. That's out of the way, so you kind of don't have that pressure where you're chasing. You feel like you're let's say that's your last game of the season. You're looking forward to that one the whole time. You got other games to take care of. Now it's out the way. Now you can go take care of business.
It's out the way, and you don't have to scoreboard watch.
Exactly,
you don't have to worry for somebody else to help you out. But like you said, you got it out of the way early. It's not always hanging over your head that, that's the big one at the end. It was the first one. Yep. And then you handle business, and now you're trying to focus the rest of the way.
You handle business in a big way. You got the win there. So, again, then you go on the road Tuesday at Santa Maula, as we mentioned, 51-50, the final in that one. Yellow Jackets now 2-0 in district play. Now you got 18-4 East Ascension coming in. They're 1-1 in district. So this one here, if you can get a win here tonight, you kind of separate yourselves a little bit, and that you have a little bit of cushion there, that you've got your better teams out of the way. You have a Live Oak who's struggling. We'll look to that one a little bit. Of course, we will be carrying that one for you here next Friday from Grady Hornsby, 5:45 start time for that one as well. So hope you'll stay tuned for that one.
The girls get all the home Friday games.
That's right. Yeah, we will switch to the boys games. Following that, it'll be a Tuesday, Friday for the boys coming up, who are now 22-3, 2 losses back-to-back for them. They lose to Central, and then they lost to.
They haven't had much luck since we last talked. Right, they 0-2 skid here after having only lost 1 all season up to that. But they're still in great shape power rating wise, and they can get back on track, win a couple ball games, have a chance to make a run at the end.
Yep. All right, so it is halftime of the JV game. About 4 minutes left in the half. It is Denham Springs 25, East Ascension 13 of the JV game. So we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it'll be John Fine with, I call her Miss Denham Springs. She is like what I consider like the Miss Kathy DeGeneres of now. Julie Jacobson.
Speaking of Miss DeGeneres is here, by the way. I saw
actually, her birthday last week.
Right.
She got a good birthday present from the Lady Jackets for a win over Walker there. So, of course, we will.
So Julie has taken over that role, right?
So I think Julie is
when Miss DeGeneres retired, Julie said,
Julie has missed Denham Springs, and she is, So I was telling John off the air before. We'll get to that later. Anyway, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it'll be John Fine and Miss Julie Jacobson, a state champion here for the Lady Jackets in 1996. She'll probably get on to me for saying that, but look, stay forward to that.
She's a young'un.
Coming up. She is. That's just coming up next on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Warrior A-Bear and On-Gel.
Auto accidents.
Warrior A-Bear and On-Gel.
Workers' compensation.
Warrior A-Bear and On-Gel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small-town values, big city results. Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Fire and Water, Cleanup and Restoration, Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and Water, Cleanup and Restoration, Serve Pro of Livingston.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Doc Howard and Megan Fontenot Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Warden Center Yellow Jackets warm up, Denham Springs and East Ascension girls basketball coming your way. I'm John Fine, producer of Denham Springs High School broadcast, and right now we are joined by a young lady who does it all for Denham Springs High School, a member of the 1995-96 undefeated state championship girls basketball team, and now she does a terrific job with the Denham Springs Athletic Association, always keeping everyone abreast of what's happening at her alma mater. She is Julie Jacobson. Julie, how are you?
I'm great, John. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks. First, let's take care of business, okay? You have a connection to both Mitch Covington and Josh Ward. Now, Mitch was 2 years older than you when you were in school, correct?
Correct.
But you knew him.
I did.
Did all the young ladies in your class swoon over Mitch?
Oh, absolutely.
So he was a heartthrob even back then?
He was definitely a heartthrob.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Josh Ward, on the other hand, had your father, who was the head of his Boy Scout troop.
Yes. So Josh is the same age as my twin brothers, my younger brothers. And so my dad helped out with the Boy Scout troop, and so Josh was in that Boy Scout troop. And then my dad also coached Mitch at Southside Junior High when my dad was teaching there, coaching football and basketball and all the fun stuff.
All right, so you have all these connections with our broadcasting crew. Has Josh matured since then?
Yes, absolutely.
He has?
Absolutely,
Really?
yes.
That's not the answer we were looking for.
I know, I'm sorry. The win, but it was exciting to have that atmosphere in the gym and have all the people here, and the crowd was all into it, and everybody was having a great time, and it was really a good night in Hornsby Stadium here, Hornsby Gym, excuse me.
37-0 in 1995-96. Wow, what a year. Best season in Denham Springs Lady Jackets history, which is saying a lot because Denham has a very proud girls basketball tradition. How were you able to perform the way you did? What was the secret to the success of your 37-0 team?
Well, I think most would say Katrina Hibbert, our Australian exchange student and good friend of mine. Katrina definitely gave us the spark that we needed, but we had a great cast around her, and it was kind of like it was a great team. We were good friends. Becca McKithen, Jamie Schutz, Mandy Leader, Katrina, and Marla Wright. And Marla is actually going to be here tonight at the game too. So those were our starting five, and they were amazing. They were just the best part about it, I think, was our team was friends. Like, we were friends. We all wanted to hang out with each other. We had a good time together. We had all played biddy ball and then junior high ball together. AAU wasn't too big back then. There were a few people who did it, but for the most part, we just played ball together, and we had a great time, and everything just lined up right for us that season.
Talk about the top 28. you faced a huge deficit before coming back and winning. Talk about that contest.
That was against John Ehret, and that was in the semifinal, and we were down, I can't remember now, I think it was 14 or 15 points with just a little bit of time left in the game, and we came back and ended up winning that game, which was, I think more people remember that semifinal game than they actually remember us beating Southwood in the finals. And Southwood had been a powerhouse in 5A basketball for many, many years and won consecutive state championships. But most people, like I said, remember that John Ehret game because it was such a deficit, and we came back and we were doing all kinds of subbing, and we just kind of kept going. The whole town of Denham Springs was there. It was truly remarkable. It was definitely a highlight in my life and in my high school memories.
And I'd imagine that was the game that was one that presented the biggest challenge for you during the game. You didn't have anyone as close as that, huh?
Yes. Well, on my details, but our friend Johnny Lombardi that we were just speaking to a minute ago did a great documentary on that whole season with DSTV, which DSTV, I know you were going to get to this in a minute, so if I'm jumping ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay, but DSTV and Johnny Lombardi are a huge asset to Denham Springs High School and the student athletes and just the student body that we have here at our school. The memories that they're able to capture and preserve for these kids are just... it would have been amazing. I think when you look at the stuff that they produce and the stuff that they put out, I can't imagine anybody that wouldn't want that to be a part of their time when they were in high school. But like I said, so he did a documentary called The Comeback Kids, and it's on their YouTube channel if you'll go back and watch it. It's about an hour long, but we had some interviews with some of the former players we met here in the gym. Johnny interviewed us. A lot of us brought in our old newspaper clips. We brought in just all of our memorabilia and stuff from that time, and we got to just sit down and talk about what it was like to go through that year and a little bit before the previous year and how things went. And it's just really special to have that documented and recorded forever so that, we have it to show to our families, and then we can, one day we're going to forget stuff. So
Johnny Lombardi is a true superstar. Everyone else at Denham Springs has a battle for number 2.
Yes,
I don't know if there's been as compelling a figure at Denham Springs High School maybe since Butch Wax, when he was reigned as a football coach and athletic director and principal, not all at the same time, but nevertheless, you're right about Johnny. Now, that team that went 37-0, what's interesting is that you were 20 years removed from the Indiana team that went 32-0 in 1975-76. Now, you went 37-0, so you were 5 better than them.
Very nice.
Back in the day, was anyone talking about Indiana and what you were accomplishing, or no?
I don't remember hearing anything about Indiana. We were a bunch of high school girls playing basketball. I don't know that even crossed our minds.
All right, let me ask you a current question then, okay?
Okay.
37-0. I'm guessing the only undefeated team in Denham Springs history. The 1972 Miami Dolphins players who are still around, whenever the last team in the NFL loses a game, so there's no chance of going undefeated, some of the Dolphins pop a cork, okay, and they celebrate.
Okay.
Do y'all celebrate when Denham Springs loses its first basketball game? No. I'm guessing the answer is no.
No.
Okay.
No, absolutely not. We very much want to see another state championship come through these girls.
And you wouldn't mind if they're undefeated as well.
Exactly.
But you'd probably prefer they go 36-0 as opposed to 37-0.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be okay. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Let's talk about that. You've taken on another role as
secretary. Yes.
You're secretary, and talking about that because Jim did a very, very nice job with it, and then Mr. Jenners did a very nice job with it, and now you are taking over. Talk about that.
Well, I don't know if we're taking over, but Mr. Jenners came to Laura Dunlap and myself not too long ago and said that, she's ready to pass it on, and would we be willing to take on the duties of secretary for the Hall of Fame committee. And I think between Laura and I, we can get it done with all of our other activities that we participate in and the things that we do around the community. But we both feel that it's such a special way to commemorate the most I guess the prestigious people that are in our community that have these great accolades, and it's a way to honor those those athletes. It's not only athletes, it's athletes, coaches, and supporters. So there's 3 different ways that you can get inducted into the Denham Springs Athletic Hall of Fame. Athletes have to have been 10 years removed from Denham Springs High School. They have to have graduated from Denham Springs High School, and they have to have played in a varsity sport. Coaches have to have been 5 years removed from Denham Springs from their coaching duties, and then have to have coached for a minimum of 5 years as well. And then supporters having contributed a minimum of 10 years of service beneficial to the whole athletic program. I'm reading off of the application or the nomination guidelines, which can be picked up at the high school. We have a few copies in the high school office, and then it's also on the Denham Springs High School website. It's on that front page there. And so applications start the nomination process starts, it goes from February 1st to March 31st. So we'll be taking in any of that, anybody who wants to nominate. You can't nominate yourself. You have to nominate someone else. And it's just a gathering of facts, newspaper articles, yearbook, pictures, any kind of records or anything like that that you can use to solidify that athlete or coach's performance while they were here. And it puts them, in that upper echelon of people who have participated in Denham Springs athletics.
Now, this year's award ceremony is going to take place at Forest Grove Plantation, as it always been. Boy, they do a great job over there.
They absolutely do, yes.
And off the top of your head, do you know the date of that?
September 18th.
September 18th,
It'll be a Thursday before. We'll have a home game that Friday. I don't know that Coach Beard's finalized the schedule just yet. I'm still trying to get that. I know he was working on that a little bit. But, yes, Forest Grove, we can't thank them enough. The food's always excellent. The service is amazing. It's a wonderful venue. I actually got married at Forest Grove back in the day when I did it. Shelly and her group just do a wonderful job. Her parents, Dee and Greg, have retired, and so Shelly's taken over, and she has continued the excellent service there at Forest Grove. And they are a great asset to our community for sure.
Wow, okay. So you got married. You went from Dumestry. Sorry about that. So what was your last name? Jacobson. Okay.
Yes, that's fine.
Julie, I knew your last name.
No,
I'm just being an idiot, which I'm very good at. Soccer coming up. Wow, what a matchup. A doubleheader tomorrow.
Yes, very exciting. Both our boys and girls soccer teams are having outstanding seasons. Their playoff season starts tomorrow. The boys got a number 1 seeding in their playoffs. The girls got a number 7 seeding in their playoffs, allowing both of them to host at home. And what's even more exciting is they're both playing the same team. They're both playing Terrebonne High School, and so it only made sense to have a doubleheader and have it, since we both have to host and we're hosting the same team. So they're all going to be in Yellow Jacket Stadium tomorrow. It should be great. The weather's supposed to be amazing. It's $15. It gets you into both games. Students are $8, like I said, for both games. And then any youth soccer players that have on their youth jersey, they get in free to the game. So it's a great way to spend your Saturday. If you're looking for something to do, get out here. It's a great, fun, family environment. It should be great. I'm sure they're bringing a good crowd. We'd love to have the support for our soccer teams there as well. I know the soccer moms boys and girls have organized a little tailgate that's going to happen out in the parking lot here. It's really exciting. Big Mike's has donated a little bit of food for them to help them get their tailgate started, to add to all the fun. So it's a really big community event. I don't know if you've been down Range Avenue, but the parents got signs made and going to state and all this kind of stuff, just getting the local businesses to put up Go Jackets and stuff. I mean, it just gives you chills to think about it when your community comes together and rallies behind these kids who have put in so much work and effort. And it's just a fun time to be a Yellow Jacket for sure.
Big Mike's most responsible for this. I might point out as well.
Everybody loves Big Mike. Yes.
All right. Talk a little bit about Rudy Smith, the girls basketball coach at Denham Springs High School.
Rudy Smith, if I had one word to describe Rudy Smith, I guess it's not really one word, but he is just an all-around good guy. He just really is. He loves the game of basketball. He's excellent with the girls. He does a great job. He knows his X's and O's. He's very supportive in them as they're growing in their game. It's been fun for me. I've kept the books for the girls basketball team for the last 23 years that I've been here, since I came back to Denham Springs High School. I've been teaching for 25, but my first 2 I was at Albany Middle, and then I finally got back home. And So I've been doing the books over there for 23 years. I've been through all the coaches. I was here with Shelly and Brenda and then with Coach Zito and then now with Coach Smith. And Rudy's just great. He gets a little animated on the sideline. I don't know if you caught that last week. He likes to jump up and down, and he gets excited when he sees a kid that's open. And he reminds me, of all the basketball coaches when they get, it's something about basketball coaches. It's a fiery game, and you get excited. And I think the girls really respond to him well, and he does a great job. He's been a great asset to the program for sure.
Talk about athletic director, head football coach Brett Beard.
Brett Beard, also a great guy. He's doing a good job of keeping everybody, moving in the right direction here, keeping us moving forward as far as our athletic program. He's now helping with the ideas and the whatever for the new field house facility that's going on that the school board is putting together. And he does a great job. There's Marshall Harris down there. He does a great job with just promoting all of our student athletes and being there for the coaches and for the teams. And so he's definitely an asset to the program as well.
I can't keep track of the Waxes, who's related to each other, and the Harrises. I can't remember who's related to. Is Marshall related to our good friend, clerk of court Jason Harris?
I honestly don't know. But
you don't have the DNA depth chart here? Come on, Julie.
I don't know if either one of them would claim each other, so it doesn't really matter if they're related, because I don't know that if either one of them would say they were related. But Marshall was the host family for Katrina Hibbert.
Right. Wow.
So way back then. And Marshall's here tonight to watch the game. Marla Wright's here to watch the game. There's some other former Lady Jackets I see sitting over there in the stands who weren't necessarily on that championship team, but they were either a little bit older than me or a little bit younger than me, and they played in those years. And that's what I love, is seeing when everybody comes back, and now their kids are playing on the program. And so we've got multi-generational Lady Jackets out here and participating, and I think that's what makes Denham Springs so special. It's just a really special place. And Coach Wax, and we're going to talk about him a lot, one of my favorite things that he always says is there's two kinds of people in the world. People who are from Denham Springs and people who wish they were from Denham Springs. And I love our community. I love the way we come out and support each other, and we support these kids. And it's not any other place I'd rather be.
Butch Wax has an underrated sense of humor. One of my favorite lines that he had is back when we interviewed him one time, I think at pregame or halftime of a football game, and somehow Josh Ward's name came up. And I said, Coach Wax, I don't understand this. I've been walking through the halls of Denham Springs High School, and I see nothing that signifies that Josh Ward was a valedictorian. And Coach Wax, in his wry way, comes back and said, John, I'm not sure if Josh even graduated from Denham Springs High School. So that's one of my favorite Butch Wax lines.
Yes.
And let me cover myself a little bit. I said Johnny Lombardi is the MVP at Denham Springs, which he is, and I'm not backing off that. And we said you have to go all the way back to maybe Butch Wax to come up with a comparable person of such significance. Well, you know what? I think Brett Beard is very much in the conversation, and an emerging talent is Wes Howard as well. So I got to take care of myself a little bit, because these two are great, great people, and they've meant so much to Denham Springs as well. Julie, you have the Denham Springs Athletic Association has a golf tournament coming up.
We do have a golf tournament. So the Denham Springs Athletic Association, our main purpose is to fill in the funding gaps for our athletic programs here at Denham Springs High School. We help to fund, when needed, all 17 programs here that we have. When teams do their big initial fundraising for the season, they get all their stuff, they get what they need, and then playoff season comes around, and usually by then funds have depleted, or something comes up that they didn't know they needed or whatever. And so a lot of times they'll come to the Athletic Association, they'll make a funds request. It could be for travel expenses, meal expenses, if they have to do some kind of lodging in their playoff journey. And luckily we have lots of teams that go to the playoffs, which is what we love. That's what we love to see, is our kids to extend their seasons. But they'll come to us, and we're able to help them to where they don't have to do another fundraiser. They don't have to go back and ask their parents for more money, which the parents have already done. And so we just like to, kind of bridge those gaps in funding. We've helped multiple teams this season with new uniforms and just different kind of things that they need. We don't necessarily buy the whole uniform, but we can help them get to half of it or whatever. So we have one major fundraiser that we do a year, and it's the golf fundraiser. And so we have a golf tournament this year. It's at Carter Plantation. It's going to be on Friday, June 6th. So it's like that first Friday we get out of school. We have a 9 a.m. tee time. I can't say enough about Carter Plantation as well. They've been super helpful and gracious to us, and we love the facilities over there and all of the service that we get. We have different sponsorship possibilities. We have the $100 hole sign, which seems to be the most popular and easiest way to get involved. You put your family's name on it. You put maybe the years that you graduated. I put my year for my family sign. It has my year of graduation, my two daughters, when they will graduate, and then my husband's not from here, so I just called him an honorary jacket. But that was easy enough to do. You can put your business out there. You can put in memory of people. I know Coach Peku's recently, he put one in memory of his mother, who was a guidance counselor, in the guidance office here for many, many years. So there's many ways to show your support for the school and for the athletic association through that $100. We also have the $400 Yellow Jacket hole sponsor, where you can put your business out on a hole. You get to see all of our golfers. We get 36 teams out there. We've been filling up. We've been lucky enough the last few years to fill up our tournament. It's so much fun. It's really one of my favorite days of the year. Lots of alumni come, lots of local businesses come, and we just have a good time. We're out there all day. Luckily, we've had some really great weather the last couple years, and it's been really nice. And then if you want to put a team in, it's a 4-man team, so it'd be $600, which is really the cheapest of all of these golf tournament fundraiser things. We're not trying to break the bank. We're just trying to make sure we make enough money to where we can support our teams and help them whenever they need some financial assistance, to fill those gaps like I mentioned. So $600 a team, and then always corporate sponsors are huge helps in making this event go a little bit further and get all the things that we need to get it done.
Well, put me down for my whole sponsorship.
Yep. Yes.
And for more information, how can people have access to more info to further elaborate on what you just mentioned?
Okay, well, we have our Facebook page. The Denham Springs Athletic Association has a Facebook page. You can email me at julie.jacobson@lpsb.org. My phone number is pretty much everywhere, so you can get my phone number. You can send me a text, 225-405-6838. Just reach out to us on Facebook if all else fails, or call the school and tell them you need to talk to the lady about the golf tournament, and then they'll know who you're talking about, and I can get in touch with you.
Now, one of your daughters is a team manager for the Lady Jackets.
She is. My oldest daughter, Sarah, is a team manager. She played basketball in junior high. She had a couple of knee injuries, which resulted in knee surgery, and she just didn't feel like her body could, perform at this level, but she loves the game of basketball. She's been sitting at that table with me down there since she was about 5 years old. She loves the game. She knows the game, and she loves being around the team. And, of course, she bleeds purple and gold just like her mother does. So she asked Coach Smith at the beginning of the year if she could be a manager, and she has loved taking on that role. She loves being there and supporting the girls, and she said, Mom, I'm going to be the best manager there ever was. And I said, well, go ahead, sis. So.
And I tell you what, I can relate to her because she sits at the end of the bench, right?
Yeah, usually.
That's the place that I usually sat when I was a basketball player, a basketball watcher in my less than illustrious athletic career. So she and I have something in common.
Well, there you go.
All right. The Lady Jackets coming off of a tremendous victory against Walker High School last Friday night. Then they go to Santamont, and they win by 1 point.
Yes.
So
thriller,
now you're heading against EA. Mm-hmm. And so what are the challenges with tonight's game, do you think?
Oh, John, I wish I could tell you.
Okay. All right.
I don't study the film. I don't really know much, but I would say just from watching this team through the season, their biggest challenge is just going to be protecting the ball. It usually happens when they don't have turnovers, like any game. I mean, it's just kind of common sense. If you have the ball, you protect the ball, make good choices with it, you're going to come out victorious. So I would probably say, limiting their turnovers and getting those second chance shots, I think are going to be, it's going to really help them seal the deal.
Well, with their team manager and their team manager's mother, I think they stand a good chance tonight.
Love it.
Julie, thanks for coming on.
Thank you,
I really
Don. Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
having me.
Thank you for everything you do for Denham Springs. Thank you for everything you do for our broadcast. Appreciate
Yes,
you.
sir.
She is Julie Jacobson, DSAA board member, one-time Lady Jackets basketball player on the 95-96 undefeated 37-0 team. My name is John Fine, and coming up next, it will be Josh and Mitch, and maybe Coach Peku will be joining us as we're trying to figure out what time we're going to get him on, as he's coaching the JV, and when he's done with that, the game plan is to have him come up here and to talk to Mitch Covington, who will be interviewing him tonight. It is Denham Springs and EA girls basketball. It will be more coming up after this pause on Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Dr. Chip Bangston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, You Safe and Lock, Safe Voyage Tattoo, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, Liberty Auto Sales, the law office of Ivy Graham, 5-Star Printing, now located next to Big Mike's, and Sport Clips. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Welcome back in. Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Yellow Jackets and the Spartans. District 5-5A matchup here from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. 45-38, the JV score here. Yellow Jackets with the lead there with just about 30 seconds left in this one coming up. It is going to be Mitch with his good friend, old-time pal, Mitch, Mike Peku,
Yep.
former Denham Springs junior high basketball coach.
And, you know, I was going to talk about this when he got there, but Coach Peku, we knew he couldn't sit still. He retired from teaching after, you know, over 30 years of teaching in Livingston Parish, and over 20 of those for sure at Denham Springs Junior High. And then he retired from teaching, but Coach Rudy Smith knew, hey, he's not going to sit at home and just twiddle his thumbs. So Coach Rudy got him to come over here and help him with the girls' basketball. So while he gets to sleep in late, he'll come to girls' basketball practice later in the day.
My understanding is that Coach Rudy Smith kind of waited his time and found the right time to go after him and say, look, I know you've been sitting at home and you're bored to death. Why don't you come help us out? And he finally said,
those
okay,
two used
right?
to coach against each other because Coach Smith was the North Corbin boys coach, and then Coach Peku was the boys coach at Denham Springs Junior High. But, you know, so they knew each other, coached against each other. And then when Rudy got this job over here, he waited patiently, and he knew when Coach Peku was retiring that he was going to work to get him on staff up here at the high school.
Every time I hear, or anytime I say Coach Rudy Smith, I always want to go, Rudy, Rudy, Rudy. But very happy to have Coach Smith, Rudy Smith, as part of this with what he does with this program. And He came in, and you take over for someone like Shelley LaPrairie and Brenda Lowe, who have been here for so long. They're such integral parts of this Lady Jackets program. Sometimes it can kind of it can be a little intimidating to kind of step into those shoes, where a program that has so much anticipation to that season every year and so much pressure on that job to be in Hammond every year, and Coach Smith has come in and done a great job. I mean, state
they were there, but then also Coach Blake Zito was in the middle,
that's right,
and they got to the state finals. He got to the state finals one of the years. Coach Caroline down here as assistant coach right now. She was a player bombing in three-pointers at Hammond, so Caroline Taylor, and so she was on that team that played in the state championship game. So a lot of tradition here with the Denham Springs girls basketball program. So Coach Smith knew that, but he stepped in. He wanted to be a part of that, and he knew that we had a good foundation with a lot of girls in this area that love to play basketball, and they've taken it. He's taken it and run with it.
All right, we are going to take a timeout. When we come back, is Coach Peku coming up?
Yes, he
headed
is.
up here? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, it is going to be Mitch with assistant coach Mike Peku. Stay with us. We're back with this. Tip-off coming up soon on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts. 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
And welcome back to the Sporting Center Yellow Jacket warm-up, and I am joined with our guest, Coach Mike Peku, assistant coach with the Yellow Jacket varsity girls team. And Coach Peku, it's been a hectic week. I mean, from last Friday, all the snow we had last week, get the big Walker game, then Santa Maria on Tuesday. Talk a little bit. Let's review just real quick on Friday night how we were able to pull that win out with Walker.
Well, we came out and looked really well. We cut our turnovers down tremendously. I think we had in the first half, we didn't have 8 turnovers in the first half. Walker had up in the teens. So that was really the basic part of the ball game. We put a little pressure. They threw the ball away, and we got up and got ahead of them by a good margin. Thank goodness we did, because then coming back the second half, it almost reversed itself. They were less turnovers than we were, and they pulled themselves almost back into the ball game.
But the ladies were able to hold on, like I said, at the end, played with the big halftime lead, 24, 25 points, even in the third quarter. Then the big run came in the fourth from Walkers. They cut to single digits at one point, but finished that one out. So then you go from the euphoria of the big win over the undefeated Walker Lady Cats, and you got to go to Santa Maria on Tuesday. Yes. And Santa Maria, you had told me before the Walker game that they had a good squad. When I asked about some other teams in the district, they were the first ones you mentioned. And so tell us how the game went Tuesday.
Tuesday night, it went fairly well. We got out, got started, looked pretty good, missed a few shots, but we were getting our good shots. Then we got out, got some good pressure on them. They made some turnovers. We jumped up on them. Then they came back on us. And then it went back and forth. and we would never get a good lead on them at all. And they went up at one point, and coming to fourth quarter, we were able to get a couple of steals, get a couple of rebounds, go down. We got up a little bit, and all of a sudden, they come back, and they're within a point of us. And I want to say they missed a shot. We got the rebound, and we were able to bring the ball down the floor, pass it a couple of times, and hold it, and we were able to come away with it. But we didn't come away with it by much.
Well, you mentioned before, I asked you, think maybe there's a little bit of a, girls still thinking about the previous game with Walgreens. You said you didn't think so. You thought we came out and we were sharp and played. Santa Ma's got a good club, and they got after it too. So
right, Santa Ma's got a good club, and really and truly, EA's got the other good club.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're looking at our top 4 teams in district. We were lucky to play them right now in the first 3 up front.
Yep.
If you want to say it lucky. We get them out of the way, hopefully. Hopefully we get all 3 wins. We get all 3 wins, that sets us up pretty nice.
In great spot for the last part of this year. Well, Coach, They buzzed the horn. We've got 1 minute left before tip-off. I'm going to let you get back down there to the bench and help coaching. And we're going to take this last break, and we'll be right back after this with the tip-off.
Thank you, man.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Welcome back in. Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. That will do it for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. Brought to you by Sporting Center, proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. Mitch's first year at Denham Springs High School. Just kidding there, Mitch. Right there at 205 South Range Avenue, that familiar location that you know so well. Go see Stacey Phipps, James Adam McCants, and their terrific staff over at Sporting Center. That is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. All right, Mitch, just about ready to get this one on the way here. Thank you to Coach Mike Peku. Thank you to Julie Jacobson for coming up and joining us as well. And what did Coach Peku have to share with you, Mitch?
Well, we just talked a little about reviewing the last couple of games and how we played good, taking care of the basketball. Not a lot of turnovers early on in that Walker game against their pressure. And then the Santa Ma game was just a close game, back and forth all game long, a little bit back and forth. No one ever got a big lead, more than 5 or 6 points. And it came down to the end, and the Jackets held on and got the victory.
All right, here we go. It'll be Samir and Mitchell to tip it off here from midcourt. We are just about ready to get this one underway here from the Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, Darren Ferrante, Jake Williamson, and John Fine, the mean Figueroa, back at the studio. Let's go, Jackets. All right, ball is in the air. It is going to go to the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be Johnson, and she will get it to Samir. Samir gets it over to Smith on the far corner. Now underneath, it is to Johnson, who will back it out to Lindsay. Lindsay over to Johnson. Gets it to Samir in the corner. Samir will move it, gives it over to Johnson. Johnson will go baseline, kicks it out to Smith for a three-pointer, and it's good. Just how she started last week, she picks up again here tonight. All right, turnover now goes to Nelson. Nelson will put it up, and it is off the rim, no good, and rebound goes to the Spartans. Spartans will get it to half court. It is going to be pressured. Turnover will go to the Jackets. That is Samir. Samir will walk it up. Gets it down to the post to Nelson. Nelson goes up, and it is no good, and we've got a foul on the play.
One thing you're going to notice about the difference in this game, and when we last filmed one against Walker, East Ascension is not going to put a lot of pressure on you full court. They're going to play a lot of man-to-man, but not trapping, so it ought to be a little bit easier. Our guards have a better chance to feed the post down low and hopefully work the offense and get some backdoor cuts.
Now, that was a foul, right, on Samir?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Scoreboard didn't update. Now there's foul on Samir. That is her first team foul and her first foul of the night. It is Denham Springs 3, Spartans 0 here, just underway from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. Inbounds pass to Mitchell at the top of the key for the Spartans. Now top of the key is Betts. A little bit of a slower pace here for the Spartans than we saw against Walker a week ago, Mitch. Spartans with the ball now. That is going to be Mitchell on the wing. She is at the top of the key. She's going to travel, and there'll be a turnover. Goes to the Lady Jackets.
You know, with Zariah picking up that foul, it reminded me. I talked to Coach Peku this afternoon, and he told me we got into foul trouble at Santa Maul, and we really had to go deep into the bench, and that was a key factor, too, in keeping that game really close. So we want to try and stay out of the foul trouble today and keep our starters on the floor as much as possible after picking up that quick early foul.
Loose ball going the other way. It is going to be a backcourt violation against the Yellow Jackets as Taylor Smith had to pick it up, and it will be inbounds now for the Spartans.
Yeah, the pass went off of Lindsay's shin and knocked it all the way back, and without an EA player touching it, going to be a backcourt violation.
6:22 left here in the first. It is Denham Springs 3, East Ascension 0. Spartans with the ball now. It is going to be Betts in between the circles. Will step up, gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell's going to drive it in, kicks it out to Betts. Betts back to Mitchell. Mitchell going to drive it down in the lane. We'll try to pass it out to Mitchell. That's two sisters there playing on this team. Taylor will drive it in, kicks it out. Now back out to Mitchell. Now it goes to Betts.
You know, you mentioned he is going to be a little bit more deliberate than what we saw last game.
Yes.
Go really work it around and try and get a good shot.
Taylor will pass it back out to Betts. Betts will get it over to Mitchell. And they will just kind of work it around here. 3-0. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Taylor. Ball is going to be tipped up in the air. Goes back to Mitchell. She will put it up, and it is off the iron. No good. Rebound goes to Betts for the Spartans. Ball is going to be tied up, and it is going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to the Jackets.
To the Lady Jackets. Did I miss a jump ball? Because we got the tip,
because
didn't we?
I guess, yeah.
I think they may be trying to fix that now.
Okay, yes. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, because we did get the tip, and we did have the first possession.
I wasn't going to tell the refs, but they finally got a little buzzer from the score booth.
Well, I'm surprised they actually let them inbound it before they turned it over, but then they got it right. So all the same, we are set here again. It is 3-0 with the Yellow Jackets with the lead. East Ascension now will work it from outside the perimeter. It is Taylor over to Mitchell. Mitchell will bring it to the top and get it over to Taylor. Taylor will work it around from about the free throw line. She will try to diss it inside, and it is going to be a turnover. Goes to Nelson. Nelson will kick it out to Johnson and gives it to Smith now, who will work it from top of the key. Smith going to the right side will try to dish it down low, and it's going to be a turnover. Quickly going the other way now to the Spartans. Should be an easy layup, and it is off the iron, no good by Mitchell, and the rebound goes to East Ascension. Now it's going to be a bad pass into the backcourt, and that is going to be a backcourt violation, and it will go to Denham Springs.
Great hustle by Pryor Nelson there, playing 2-on-1 defensively, and she was able to put enough pressure on the shot, on the layup that bounced off the rim, and then once again she fought for the rebound because Jackets had two offensive players collide in the backcourt. We're laying on the ground. We were playing shorthanded on the defensive end, and Nelson really did a great job.
Lindsay will inbound it, and we'll get it to Smith. Smith will work it from the left side now, and while work it up to the top, she dribbles around. We'll get it over to Johnson. Johnson now from the top, dribbles around, and she will get it over to Lindsay. And Lindsay will have the ball out of her hands for a moment, then we'll get it back. And she will work it now, trying to get it back to the top over to Nelson, and she does. Nelson going to drive it down into the post, puts it up off the iron, no good, and rebound will go. Actually, it's going to be a foul against Denham Springs. They're going to call Nelson there with a hit.
I think Coach Smith thought that it was more the EA player, Nia Wiltz, kind of falling on her own, and we just tried to reach and grab the ball. The referee saw it different, so pick up the first foul for Nelson. Now, whereas EA will sit back in the backcourt and wait for you defensively, we're going to put that pressure on. We're going to try and pick up the pace a little bit here defensively, force them to handle our full court pressure.
Yep, going full court pressure here now by the Yellow Jackets, and they do force the turnover there. It is going to be picked up by Johnson. Johnson will get it over to Nelson. Nelson down to Samir, who will put it up and in. 2-point is good. 5-0 Yellow Jackets with the lead.
Nice fast break opportunity off of the steal.
Oh, and another collision there at midcourt between Nelson and Betts, 23 on 23.
The Jackets may have been fortunate Nelson didn't pick up her second foul.
Yep, 2 fouls
there
against the Yellow Jackets.
There was some contact on that one, but got away with it.
Mitch, I got a feeling that your stat sheet is a little easier to keep up with tonight so far. Ball will go out of bounds. We'll go to the Yellow Jackets, so it will be Lindsay underneath the goal and down it to Smith, who will walk it up.
Last week, as soon as I put a bucket down for somebody, I looked up and a shot was going up at the other end. It was that quick.
Smith now will take a mid-range jumper in. It is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Yellow Jackets lead 7-0 with 3:13 left here in the first period. Pressure by the Yellow Jackets. Trap on the near sideline. Going to be a turnover to Nelson, who goes up and off the iron. No good. Rebound goes to the Spartans. Spartans going quickly the other way now. Mitchell will drive it in. We'll get it down into the post to Betts. Betts will try to go up. Pressure will make her kick it out. And it is going to be a second foul right there by Nelson. So Preya Nelson picks up her second quickly here, and that is going to send Jaden Vaughn into the game for the Yellow Jackets.
Yep, Jaden Vaughn going to come in, a senior. I don't know if we want to call her a forward or a guard, but Jaden come in. She gave it in the Walker game last Friday, came in, hit 2 big three-pointers late in the second quarter, helped the Jackets to extend that lead before halftime. So she's got a lot of experience, played a lot last year as a junior, so Coach Smith trusts her in a game like this.
Spartans will inbound it from the sideline. It is going to be driving down into the post and kicking it out to Mitchell, and there's going to be a foul on the play as she went up and she's going to be hit, so she'll go to the free throw line. 2:40 left here in the first period. We will take a quick timeout on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets basketball. It was the first free throw was no good right there by Reagan Mitchell. Second one is up, and that one is going to be off the rim, no good as well. Rebound goes to East Ascension, and back with the putback is Elia Taylor, and it is 7-2 Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Taylor fought hard to get that one. You Jackets were fortunate. They missed both free throws, but then the offensive rebound and putback gets the bucket for the Spartans anyway.
Smith tries to tries to get it down to Samir. There's no good, and it will go to East Ascension now. Working it down to the post, or trying to anyway, is Kennedy Mitchell, and it'll be a turnover, and it'll go to the Yellow Jackets.
Good job by Marley
Johnson.
Johnson.
Will walk it up. Yep.
Marley Johnson got hands on the ball, knock it away.
All right, so the senior Jane Vaughn handling the ball right now. She will try to get it over to Smith, and she does. Smith will get it over to the corner to Johnson. Johnson driving baseline, puts a floater up, and it is no good. And rebound goes to the Spartans. Minute 45 left here in this first period. And it is a three-pointer drained by Brielle Betts for the Spartans. And it is a 7-5 game. Yellow Jackets with the advantage.
You know, we had a chance a while ago to go up 9-0 and missed a wide open layup. And then the Spartans have gotten 5 points in a row, close that gap.
All right, turnover now by the Yellow Jackets. It is going to be an easy layup for the Spartans as Brielle Betts. We got a timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. We are tied up now with a minute 24 left in the first period. Tied at 7 apiece. Back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Duke Seafood and Steakhouse, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Denspree, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, L. King Company, and Triton Outpatient Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets basketball, and with a minute 24 left here in this first period, we are tied up at 7 apiece. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, and Mitch, I told you, man, what a quite a different pace than what we saw against Walker and Denham Springs here just a week ago. And obviously East Ascension's game plan is that the slower they can make this game, they don't want to get into a running game with Denham Springs, and it's working out for them so far.
They're going to make you work when you're on the defensive end. They'll pass it around a lot, be very patient, make you work on that end, and then on the defensive end for the Spartans, they're straight man-to-man, but they're doing a great job of staying between their girl and the goal.
Yellow Jackets with that possession will have a turnover. Now there's going to be a jump ball, and that will go to the Yellow Jackets. They got it right this time.
That's right. Got the arrow pointed the right direction. But it's been a game of runs. We jumped up 7-0, and then in the last probably 90 seconds, EA has closed that gap to 7-7. A couple of good hustle plays. They got offensive rebound on a missed free throw, and then they got a steal and a fast break layup.
A couple of subs will be King and Tamplet for the Yellow Jackets. Here's an easy put up by Samir, and she will extend the lead now 9-7 for the Yellow Jackets as they lead it by 2 with just under a minute left here in this first period. Spartans on their side of the court now. It will be from the circle. That is going to be Mitchell. Oh, excuse me, check that. That is Elia Taylor. Taylor will dribble it. Will come to the near side now. Will get it down to Mitchell. Mitchell will kick it out to Landry. Landry now up to Taylor. Top of the key, kicks it out to Betts. Betts from the far wing gets it over to Mitchell. 20 seconds left here in this first period. 9-7 Yellow Jackets. Taylor with the ball now. Will drive it, going towards the post. Will kick it up. It is going to be air ball, no good, and it is going to be a foul on East Ascension. That's going to go against Elia Taylor. It's going to be her first, and Yellow Jackets will get the inbound here from underneath the goal. It will be King inbounding to Smith.
Been a good first quarter for Zariah Samir. She did a great job going up, fighting hard for that rebound. And we've got to hurry the ball up the floor. Just 5 seconds.
5 seconds. See with this last shot. Smith will take that shot, I'm sure. Here it is. That is a long two-point floater. It is no good. We played one period here from Grady Hornsby. It is Denham Springs 9, East Ascension 7. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball. One period in the books here from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. It is a 2-point game. Denham Springs 9, East Ascension 7. And it will be Spartans ball to start this second period. Coming up at the half, of course, we will have Miss Caroline Taylor, assistant coach for the Yellow Jackets, come and give her thoughts on first half action. So stick around for that coming up at the half. Pressure from the Yellow Jackets coming out defensively, as it is going to be Betts working it from outside the perimeter. She will bounce the ball around, and it'll be top of the key to Mitchell. Mitchell will kick it over to Betts. Betts will kick it up to Landry, and they will set it up again. A lot of ball movement here for East Ascension, but they don't really penetrate far. They kind of keep it outside of the perimeter until they try to go inside and kind of like lull you to sleep in a bit. Good defense now by the Jackets. Ball is loose. It is going to be almost picked up by Samir. And it is going to be out of bounds on the Spartans, and that will go to the Yellow Jackets.
You know, last week against Walker, defensively, when they would drive to the goal, our help side defender would get over and get a hand on the ball. And it's just that right now, EA's not penetrating inside the three-point line, so we don't collapse on them much.
From the top of the key is King. King will turn the ball over. She was trying to get it down in the post, and it is going to be off the feet. No, it is going to be saved almost, and then it is going to be out of bounds on East Ascension. It goes out of bounds on Reagan Mitchell, and it will go to the Yellow Jackets. Subs coming back in now for Denham Springs is Jornet. Is it Jornet or Jornet?
Kylie Jornet.
Jornet. Sorry, I should have had that.
And then back in with Kennedy Nelson. So if we can get a bucket and get a chance to set up our press again, we got a couple steals off that press in the first quarter. But you got to get the bucket first.
That is Jornet from the top. We'll get it over to Nelson. Excuse me, that is Lindsay. Lindsay will get it over to Samir. Now it is Henry in for the Yellow Jackets, and she has the ball, and she will get it over to Jornet. To the top now is Samir. Samir over to Smith. Going down into the post to Jornet, who puts it up, and it is no good. Rebound will go to the Spartans. Ball will go out of bounds off the Spartans. That will go off of Kendra Landry from EA, and it will stay with the Yellow Jackets now.
And I mentioned that full court pressure is giving them problems, and Kalijah Henry stayed there on the rebound, and then Fournette got there, and they got a trap near the sideline, and EA knocked it out of bounds. So that full court pressure is giving EA some problems.
Jornet from the inbounds. Excuse me, that is
Henry. Kalijah Henry.
Over to Henry, for the easy layup, and it is 11-7 now Yellow Jackets. East Ascension now quickly will shoot a three-pointer on their side of the court by Taylor, and it is no good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. That is Smith. Gets it over to Jornet, who shoots a three, no good off the rim. Rebound is to the Yellow Jackets. That is Henry. Henry will kick it out, and the Yellow Jackets will work it from the perimeter. Three-point shot right there by Lindsay is no good. Rebound to East Ascension. East Ascension quickly now on their other side of the court. Down low in the post to Mitchell, and Mitchell will get it over to Taylor, and it is going to be a turnover?
Yeah, our side-out plays have been good. That was a side-out, got us a layup to Kalijah Henry, a good pass from Taylor Smith. We had an inbounds play under the goal that got us a wide-open layup earlier. So we've done a good job of stealing a couple buckets there off of inbound plays.
And we got a timeout called on the court. EA will take it. We will take it with them as well. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets basketball. 5:24 left here in this first half from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. Denham Springs 11, East Ascension 7. And it will be possession to the Yellow Jackets as they come out of the time. Oh, yeah, that's right, because they called the timeout there.
We just kind of threw it away, a little unforced error on that one, and just threw it out of bounds.
That's right, after the turnover, yes. Samir missed it out of bounds.
But we do have a chance to set up our press. Maybe we can get a steal out of it.
Spartans will break the press and get into their territory on their side of the court here. It will be top of the key to Mitchell. Mitchell will try to get it over to Betts, and it goes out of bounds, and Betts will now inbound it as they say that it went out of bounds on the Yellow Jackets.
Taylor Smith knocked it away. She's done a great job on all facets. She's made a couple of great passes to set up some good looks at the goal, playing good defense, and of course has scored 5 points already.
Underneath the basket was Ork for East Ascension, and she is unable to finish that one, and it goes out of bounds now, and possession will stay with the Yellow Jackets. It is going to be Lindsay inbounding for Denham Springs from the baseline. Right, Lindsay will get it into Henry, and Henry will bring it up the court as she gets into the front court on the top of the key, kicks it over to Jornet. Jornet will drive it in, takes it into the lane, puts it up, and it is no good. Rebound goes to East Ascension. East Ascension now driving baseline, and it is going to be out of bounds on the Spartans as Mitchell is unable to hold on to it. And we have some substitutions now for Denham Springs. 21, Juliana Jones coming in for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, Kimberly Journet, she missed the shot down on one end of the floor, but she hustled back on the other and was playing great defense on the EA ball handler and forced it to go out of bounds. And then you mentioned Juliana Jones coming in. Coach Peku mentioned she played good at Santa Maria the other day coming off the bench.
And just a freshman here for the Yellow Jackets. It will be Samir from the top of the key.
I told you we got in some foul trouble and we had to go deep into the bench, and Juliana Jones, one of the freshmen, came out there and really did well. Did a good job.
All right, ball is on the ground, and it is going to be picked up by the Yellow Jackets, so they will keep the possession as East Ascension had touched it as it went into the backcourt. It is going to be Henry driving it out, kicks it out for a three-pointer to Jones, and it is no good, and the rebound will go to East Ascension, quickly trying to get it underneath their own basket, and steps out of bounds. That is going to be Mitchell, and she's unable to get the bad pass there, but almost a good save by Mitchell just on the baseline there, and it'll be a turnover, goes to the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, the Lady Jackets have had some open looks at the three-point line. Only Taylor Smith's first shot of the day has gone down. She hadn't got another look, but we're probably about 1 for 7 right now from behind the arc.
11-7, Yellow Jackets with the lead here in a low-scoring affair from Grady Hornsby on a Friday night District 5 5A contest between these two teams. There's going to be Jones from the top. We'll get it over out into the corner to Smith. Now we'll go back to Jones. Jones will get it to Henry. Henry, free throw line shot is off the iron, no good, and it will go to the Spartans. Going for a layup is Mitchell for East Ascension, and the putback by East Ascension's Landry is no good, and now the ball is going to go out of bounds off the Yellow Jackets, and it will go to East Ascension.
Yeah, Kalijah Henry got a hand on that shot underneath the goal, got a blocked shot, was able to reach up and knock it away, but EA's defense is tough. I tell you what, you're going to have to almost dribble and drive, try and beat somebody to the goal. And that's not really what we like to do. We like to pass it around and get some spot-up shooters at the three-point line if we can. But right now, EA isn't allowing us to do that.
Turnover East Ascension. It was now to the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be Henry bringing it into the front court. Gets it over to Smith. Smith is going to take a long three. It is going to be short, no good, goes out of bounds, and it will go to the Spartans. 2:46 left here in the second period. 11-7, East Ascension with the lead. It will be Johnson checking in for Smith. Smith will take a breather on the bench. Ball is inbounded by the Spartans, and it will be Taylor walking it up for EA. Gets across half court into the front court now. Being trapped on the near side here. It is going to be loose ball. Betts will get it for East Ascension. She'll take a mid-range jumper. It is no good. Rebound will go to the Yellow Jackets underneath the goal. That is going to be Henry with the rebound. She is being pressured. We got a timeout called on the court. And it'll be 2:20 left here in this first half. Back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Welcome back in Yellow Jackets basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mushan Associates General Contractors and the Bee's Knees Children's Boutique. That is tonight's game brought to you in part by those fine sponsors there. I ask that you kindly patronize these fine businesses as they help bring you tonight's game. It is 11-7. Denham Springs with the advantage over East Ascension, and it'll be inbounded by the Yellow Jackets, and it is going to be Henry walking it up the court now with 2:13 left.
In nearly 5 minutes of this second quarter, it's only 2 points for the Jackets and 0 for EA.
Johnson will get it over to Samir. Johnson now will work it on the top of the key, gets it over to Samir on the right.
Got 4 freshmen on the floor right now for the Lady Jackets.
Think about that.
I was just looking out there. We have 4 freshmen out there on the court, and then Kennedy Lindsay, a junior, to help them out.
Going to be Johnson now. Gets it to the top to Jones. Jones will get it to Henry, and Henry will kick it up to Samir from the top. Minute 30 left here in this. Samir will drive the lane, puts it up. It is off the rim, no good. Rebound will go to East Ascension as they try to get it down to the court. Ball has been up in the air. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession will go
It's
to...
a block. Foul.
Oh,
Called
block.
a foul.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought they called a jump ball.
A little bit correction on myself. Marley Johnson's a sophomore, so 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior. But like I mentioned before, you almost got to be able to beat them off the dribble from from outside, drive and get to the goal, and that's what Zariah Samir was doing. Just wasn't able to finish it off by making the bucket.
All right, so some substitutions here now for the Yellow Jackets. That is going to be Cameron Nora coming in for Denham Springs. Talk about that deep bench again for Denham Springs. They play a lot of players. Inbounds will go to East Ascension. The ball is on the ground now, and that is going to be a jump ball. Yes, it is a jump ball. And it will go to Denham Springs. Fairly certain that was a jump ball, huh?
No. Taylor Smith coming back into the game.
The substitution got me right. All right, so Smith is coming back into the game. Inbounds will go to Smith, and she will work it from the top. In between the circles, she will get it over to Henry. Henry now over to Nora. And Nora will turn the ball over. She was trying to get it to Smith. Going quickly the other way. The layup is no good by East Ascension's Mitchell. And the rebound goes to Denham Springs. It is going to be Henry now. We'll get it to the top of the key to Smith. Smith goes down low to Nora. Nora will put it up and in for 2. And it is 13-7 Yellow Jackets with the lead.
A good pass from Taylor Smith down low. Then Nora finished it off with a nice move underneath the basket.
All right, it is going to be a turnover by East Ascension, and it will go to Denham Springs. I'm sorry, it's going to stay with East Ascension. Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. Spartans will inbounds it. It goes to Betts. Betts is trying to get it down into the lane, but has to kick it out. There's going to be a short-range jumper by Taylor, and it is no good, and it is now going to Denham Springs. Taylor from the top, 19 seconds left here, kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson now over to Smith. Smith in the far corner, drives baseline across the court. Three-pointer by Henry is no good. Ball is still on the ground with 5 seconds left. Put up by Nora is no good. Rebound goes to East Ascension, and they will take a heave-ho at the end, and that will do it for first half action here from Grady Hornsby. It is Denham Springs 13, East Ascension 7. When we come back, it will be Caroline Taylor. We're back after this for the halftime report.
Physical therapy has been serving the wonderful people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. This is Ben Wilson, Denham Springs High School, class of 98, and the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. We are honored to have the opportunity to help those in our community return to a normal way of life following injury. From the geriatric population to the young athlete, we are committed to helping you become stronger, faster, and better. So for all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy located in Denham Springs at 145 Aston Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Josh Howard and Megan Fontenot Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball. It is half. It is 13-7. Yellow Jackets with the lead over East Ascension. Caroline Taylor, assistant coach for the Yellow Jackets, joining us here. Always great to have you with us. We were talking there off air before we went on there. Much different pace than what we saw a week ago from Walker. Obviously, we weren't there for the Santa Maria game, but quite a finish y'all had there. But obviously, EA came in with this one. They want to control the ball. They want to keep possessions on their side. They don't want to get a running game with the Yellow Jackets, and they have really slowed this thing down to a crawl. I mean, 13-7 was about to score 2 minutes into the Walker game a week ago. So obviously, East Ascension plays a little different than what we're used to seeing here. Is it frustrating y'all a little bit to not get the offense? Because you play defense down here and you got to go to the other side, and sometimes you take bad shots. Is it frustrating y'all any?
Yeah, like you said, it's a much different pace. We're not used to playing so slow. We've gotten some good open looks. We're just not really executing right now, so that's kind of slowing us down. But hopefully we can pick it up here in the second half.
What is your key to kind of like pick it up here? And obviously it's not what you're doing, it is what East Ascension is doing. And granted, they are playing some decent defense down on their side of the ball. And this one just kind of, it's one of those where as a coach, you're just like, all right, like you said, you're getting the looks, but they're just not falling. A week ago that you couldn't miss in the first, and now they're a little harder to come by this time.
They're kind of playing us tight, so we've had a couple of unforced turnovers where we're just trying to pass it and they're just tipping it. So that's an adjustment that our players have to make, that when you know that they're overplaying, you got to look for the back door, or you got to drive if they're really spreading it out. So that's just really executing the offense and taking what they give you.
All right, so keys to the second half for the Yellow Jackets are going to be what?
Executing our offense, finishing the high percentage shots, our layups. We've missed a good many layups, and making sure we're talking on defense.
I know Coach Peku always says communication is the biggest part of it, and I know that's something that you have to have your players on the court doing that. Did it so well against Walker. Give us a little preview of what happened at Santa Maria. I know it was quite a finish there, but what that game was like for y'all.
Yeah, so that game was very, very close, and it really came down to we had a lot of bench players that came in that had to keep the tempo going, and that starts with communication, knowing what you're doing, keeping the energy high, and it paid off for us, so that was good.
All right, so a good win there. So y'all have a good opportunity here with this win here tonight, if you can finish off the second half, to take a nice kind of separate yourselves district-wise. I know the district championship is what you want. There are bigger trophies to get in this thing, and the playoffs on the horizon here. Next week, obviously, you'll wrap up your district play at home against Live Oak, so I know you'll be looking forward to that one. Another parish rival will be coming into Grady Hornsby Gymnasium, so I know we look forward to that. But in the meantime, get back to work, keep up the good work, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Caroline Taylor of Denham Springs Yellow Jackets. We're back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Cypress Pharmacy, BJ Pawn and Gun, Sport Clips, Forest Grove Plantation, MODAD 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, KOA Campground, and Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, Having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball. It is Lady Jackets 13, East Ascension 7. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Just about a minute left here in the half. So talking to Coach Taylor there, obviously a very different pace that we're going to see from this East Ascension team, and they want to just control it and they want to slow it down. Like, they don't want to get into a running game. And she said, yeah, their key for the Yellow Jackets for her was going to be their communication on the court and how they talk to each other and how they execute. She said, we're getting some open looks down there, and she was right. When I started thinking about that, they're getting the open looks, they're just not falling. And I made the joke. I was like, last week you couldn't miss in the first couple of minutes, and now they're just coming a little harder to come by here tonight.
Well, on the defensive end, the Jackets are playing really well. EA hasn't had a lot of good looks out of offensive sets. They've got a couple fast breaks, and they haven't finished some of those fast breaks. Like the Jackets have missed some around the goal. But when we're on a defensive set, we're not giving up a lot of open looks to East Ascension. On the other end, though, they are making us work really hard. It's not as easy. We don't have as many open looks as I think we're used to. And in the middle of the second quarter, I saw some frustration. We took a couple shots that really were kind of forced, like it wasn't natural what we normally do. Kind of threw some up there that we really weren't ready for. And you see the frustration, just they make you work so hard on the offensive end to get a good look. But like you said, we was able to get a couple steals on the press and get some layups. We had a couple inbound plays that was able to get some baskets out of that. And so I'm looking for this half. I think Pride Nelson needs to step up for us. She got into foul trouble and sat on the bench a little bit in foul trouble. I think she's someone that around the goal can help us out and get the ball in the bucket.
All right, ready to get second half action underway here from the Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. All right, and it will be East Ascension with the ball to start this second half. Help me out here, Mitch, while we get this figured out, if you could.
Well, East Ascension's made about 6 passes so far. Hadn't got inside the three-point line but once. Kicked it back out by midcourt, making us work on that defensive end. The Jackets doing a great job of staying in front of them, though, not giving up a chance for them to drive and get to the goal. But as we've mentioned, we've gone 45 seconds here, and EA just now is finally getting the ball inside the three-point line. Marley Johnson gets her hand on the ball, knock it away. But then after a fight for a loose ball, EA picks it back up and gets a bucket up underneath the goal. Kenny Mitchell with the bucket.
All right, Yellow Jackets now with the ball on their side of the court. It is going to be Taylor Smith. On the top, will get it down to Nelson. Nelson will put up underneath the goal, and that is no good. It is 13-9 Yellow Jackets with the lead here, but some little frustrations you're seeing here by the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, I think Pride Nelson is someone that can help us down on our offensive end of the goal, offensive side of the court. She had a shot right there in the lane, wasn't able to get it to fall, but I think she can be a big part of the second half for us.
All right, it is going to be Smith walking it up the court now for Denham Springs, so she will get it into the front court. On the top of the key is Smith. She will kick it out to Samir. Samir with a long two off the backboard, no good, goes to East Ascension. Spartans now will push it to their side of the court. It is going to be Mitchell. Mitchell will get it over to Taylor. Taylor going to drive it towards the baseline and puts it up and in for two, and it is a two-point game now here in Denham Springs, 13-11 Yellow Jackets.
Yep, 2 trips down the floor, 2 buckets for the Spartans.
Johnson will dish it down low to Samir, who puts it up and in. Nice play right there by the Yellow Jackets as they go to the baseline, and Samir will get it to 15-11 Denham Springs.
Yeah, Zerai was able to come off of a double screen there by the free throw line, cutting to the goal. Marley Johnson found her with a good pass and a bucket to get the Jackets going in this second half.
All right, Betts from the top gets it over to Taylor. Taylor We'll have to kick it out to Mitchell. Mitchell will try to go down low to Wilkes, and it goes out of bounds. Ball will go to the Yellow Jackets with 5:25 left here in the third.
I was just watching. I don't know if we went to a zone right there. We pressured the ball up by the volleyball line, but EA was able to get it out and almost had a bucket up underneath the goal. He was able to get almost a shin on the ball. Didn't get called for a kick ball on it, but they had almost had someone under the goal.
Taylor Smith gets it over to Nelson. Nelson from the top, being pressured, will get it to Johnson. Johnson now to the corner to Smith, who goes baseline, and we've got a turnover.
Says she stepped out of bounds when she called it.
On the line right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen that call more watching college basketball this year than ever. Those referees are eyeballing this sideline out here by the bench.
Well, you can't step on it, Mitch, but
not allowed, is it?
It is a point of emphasis for the referees right now.
There's that press getting us a steal.
Yep, get a steal there. It is going to be Nelson. Nelson's going to drive it in, puts it up and in. Nice play right there. Nelson takes it all on her own, and it is 17-11. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Now East Ascension is going to be a timeout called on the court by EA as the ball was on the ground, and it is going to be for East Ascension. We take a timeout, 4:50 left here in the third period. Back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets basketball. It is Family Radio 91.9 FM on the web at johnfineproductions.com and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, Darren Ferrente, Jake Williamson, Lamine Figueroa back to the studio. John Fine in tow with us as well. And it is 17-11 Yellow Jackets with the lead over EA. EA now with the ball, top of the court. Top of the key is Mitchell. Mitchell will get it over to Oak. Baseline now, Betts kicks it out to Mitchell. Mitchell now to the top to Taylor. Ball is loose. Will go to East Ascension, and Betts will reset it for East Ascension. To the free throw line is Taylor being pressured. She will kick it out from the baseline as a jumper good by Kennedy Mitchell, and it is 17-13. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Smith walking it up the court now. Get it over to Samir. Samir is going to be tipped out of bounds by Betts, so she was trying to get it over to Nelson in the far corner. Sorry about that, Mitch.
Sorry, just been talking about it since halftime. Just praying Nelson has the size and she has the athleticism. I think that when she can get the ball in the lane, has a chance to get a few shots around the basket for us, where a lot of the other girls maybe not quite as tall, able to get those shots off in the lane.
Johnson in between the circles, kicks it over to Nelson. Nelson will kick it back out to Johnson, to Smith with a three-pointer. A long one is no good. And it goes to East Ascension. 17-13, Denham Springs with the lead. Driving it all the way to the basket, putting it in is Elijah Taylor for East Ascension. It is 17-15, a two-point game here from Denham Springs. Smith now in between the circles will kick it over to Nelson. Nelson driving it inside, will put it up, and she is going to be fouled. She'll go to the line for two. We will take a timeout. We will be back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in, Yellow Jackets basketball. It is 18-15. Yellow Jackets with the lead.
The EA's going to call a timeout here. Praying Nelson made 1 to 2 free throws just then.
All right, so 18-15, we got a timeout on the court. We will take our last timeout. Excuse me, not our last timeout. We'll take our next timeout. We'll get all reset here. Again, we are back right after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends. Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs, with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Welcome back in Yellow Jackets basketball. All right, it is 18-15. Denham Springs with the lead.
EA's been able to pick it up and, get the ball in the basket this quarter. They didn't score any in the second quarter, but they got 8 here in just the first 4 minutes and 51 seconds of this third quarter. But the Jackets are also getting a couple of baskets out of it, but hopefully our defense can force some turnovers and get some fast break, easy buckets.
All right, here we go. East Ascension now will throw it out of bounds. It will go to the Yellow Jackets. Hey, a quick reminder about the Denham Springs High School Hall of Fame nominations are going to be accepted starting tomorrow, February 1st through March 31st for the Hall of Fame nomination. Guidelines are available to the public on the Denham Springs High School website. That is denhamspringshs.org, or you can pick up a copy at the office here on South Range Avenue. All right, turnover by the Yellow Jackets now going quickly the other way, and it is going to be up and in. Two-pointer by Landry for East Ascension, and they get it within 1 point, and they have an opportunity to tie it here on the three-point play. Foul is going to be against Brianna Miller. Excuse me, that is going to be against Nelson for the Yellow Jackets. That is her
double whammy. That's her third. Yeah, we're trying to keep her out of foul trouble.
Three-point play is good, and we are tied up here on the three-point play by Kendra Landry for East Ascension. Smith now will get it in between the circles, kicks it out to Johnson on the far side. Over now to Nelson here on the near sideline, down to the corner to Smith. Smith looking for an open that Yellow Jacket, drives it baseline, kicks it to Samir. Samir will put it up off the glass, no good. Ball will go out of bounds, and possession will go to Denham Springs.
We got to finish those shots around the goal.
Yeah,
Taylor
absolutely.
did a good job of driving baseline. Defense collapsed, and then she found Zariah underneath the basket. We weren't able to finish it.
Inbounds to Smith. Will go underneath the basket to Nelson. And off the rim, no good. The putback by Smith is good. And the Yellow Jackets lead by 2, 20-18. Got a travel on East Ascension. We'll go to Denham Springs now. So, Yellow Jackets, the pace seems to be picking up a little bit here, Mitch.
It is, and that was almost our third bucket off of an inbounds play. We're in good shape if we can get the ball underneath our goal, maybe get a girl open, but even though we missed the first one, Taylor Smith hustled inbounds, got the rebound and the putback.
Smith from the left side will get it down to Samir. Samir back to Smith. Cross court over to Johnson. Now cross back to Smith. Over to Samir. Samir from the wing. Pressure coming, and she is going to be fouled.
She's not real happy about that. Aaliyah Taylor's not, but that's the first foul, I believe, all game on East Ascension. They play really tough defense without doing a lot of reaching.
I think it's their second.
Maybe second.
Yeah, and I think they're both on. Both on
it is
Taylor,
her second. You're right, her second. I missed it a while ago.
Little mid-range jumper from Nelson is no good, and quickly going the other way now is East Ascension, and they will turn the ball over. It will go to Nelson underneath East Ascension basket. Now, all the way across the court to Lindsay. Lindsay will try to go up, and she is going to be fouled. And she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 1:18 left in the third, and we'll be right back after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Both free throws by Lindsay are no good, and it will be rebound East Ascension. They go down to their side of the court, and we'll turn it over now back to the Yellow Jackets. Here it is. It is going to be Johnson. Takes a long three, back iron, no good. Rebound will go to East Ascension as they will start to push it down the court now. Ball is loose, and we've got a foul called on the court. Reminder that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mushan and Associates General Contractors and the Bee's Knees Children's Boutique.
In the game this tight, we're going to need to make our free throws, and right now we're just 1 for 4 from the free throw line.
All right, East Ascension now will get it into the front court. Far corner is going to be a long three by Betts, and she nails it. And it is 21-20 East Ascension with their first lead of the night here.
That's her second made three of the night. She hasn't shot many, but she's made both that she's taken.
Smith drives it in and will dish it out to Nelson, and Nelson gets it over to Johnson. Johnson to Nelson now from the post. Back out to Johnson. Johnson will throw a floater up. It is no good, and it is going to be a jump. Is it going to be a foul or a jump ball? Yep, jump ball called.
We just haven't had the ability to finish it off when we get the ball in the lane. Those little 5 and 6 foot runners in the lane haven't fallen for us tonight.
All right, so it will go possession arrow to East Ascension. So possession arrow will now switch. Next jump ball will be to the Yellow Jackets, and we got 10 seconds left here in the first. Three-pointer by Betts is good. She drains it from the top of the key with 5 seconds left here in the third. Yellow Jackets now. Smith at half court. She will lose track of the clock, and that will do it for the third period. It is now East Ascension 24, Denham Springs 20. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Dr. Chip Bangston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, You Safe and Lock, Safe Voyage Tattoo, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, Liberty Auto Sales, the law office of Ivy Graham, 5 Star Printing, now located next to Big Mike's, and Sport Clips. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball, Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the web at johnfineproductions.com, and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you give us a subscribe there to keep you up to date with everything we do here at DS Jacket Vision. Great to have you along with us here. Mitch, this one has kind of taken a little bit of a turn on the Yellow Jackets. They now find themselves down 4 points in this one with 8 minutes left in it. So for the Yellow Jackets, it is going to be your offensive possessions. You have to make the most of each one of those, because East Ascension is going to limit your possessions.
Well, defensively, the last couple possessions, we switched to a 2-2-1 half-court trap, trying to force some turnovers and pick up the pace of EA's offense. But they found Brielle Betts at the three-point line. She hit 2 of them into the third quarter and helped them come from behind and take the lead.
Jane Vaughn shoots a long three. That is no good, so it is going to be out of bounds, and possession will go to East Ascension. They will inbound it from the side, and it will be inbounded to Kennedy Mitchell, who gets it back to Betts. Betts now will try to go down low will try to get down low to Betts, and it will go off the fingertips of Lindsay, I believe, and it will stay with East Ascension.
Vaughn was able to get back and get her hand on the ball and knock it away.
Inbounds to Betts. Betts will drive it into the paint. Will kick it out to Mitchell. Mitchell now to Betts. Betts drives baseline. will have to kick it out as she's being pressured, and a jumper by Mitchell is off the iron, no good, and rebound goes to Denham Springs.
Marley Johnson has it, bringing it up the floor.
Johnson kicks it over to Lindsay. Lindsay up to Nelson at the top. Now Samir works it from the wing. And some pressure coming, and Samir is going to lose it. Ball is on the ground. It is going to be tossed to Mitchell, and Mitchell will put it up, and she is going to be in for two. Did it go in? Yes.
No, it didn't. But the worst part of all of that is Preya Nelson picked up her fourth foul.
Jeez, yeah, you're
and
right.
I just don't think, I think Marley could have gave a little more effort trying to get to that loose ball. She got out hustled to it, and it turned into a fast break situation. And now the Jackets are in some trouble with Preya Nelson picking up her fourth foul.
Yep, fourth foul, and there's a timeout called by Coach Smith as he wants to talk this one over. So we will take a timeout. We'll be right back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
24-20, East Ascension now with the lead over the Yellow Jackets, and it is going to be Reagan Mitchell at the line to shoot two. Foul was on Preya Nelson, her fourth, as we mentioned before the break there. First free throw is up, and it is no good. All right, Mitch, so if you Preya Nelson's 4 fouls, you're in your last period. How long do you sit her before you put her back out onto the court?
He didn't sit her. She's still out there on the floor. So.
Okay, I thought, yeah. At this point, right, you got to have Second free throw is no good. Rebound will go to the Yellow Jackets. Samira gets it, and then Samira will turn around and try to get it to Nelson and throws it out of bounds. So a turnover by the Yellow Jackets, and it will go to East Ascension.
That's just where it seems like we're pressing a little bit, like we're playing a little bit tight.
Long shot right there by Betts for East Ascension is no good. And what is that?
Should be Zariah. Yep. Foul on Zariah.
All right, so it'll be a 2-point attempt from the free throw line for Kendall Ukri. First one is bounces around and goes in for one. Free throw is good. 25-20 now. Some substitutions for the Yellow Jackets. That will be Cameron Nora checking in. I believe Kalijah Henry will check in as well. Second free throw, back iron, no good, and the rebound will go to the Yellow Jackets. That'll be Samir who will get it to Johnson, and Johnson will get it across half court. Kicks it over to Lindsay. Lindsay from the wing will drive it, will give it to Samir. Baseline jumper is no good. Samir gets the rebound, up no good, and the ball will go out of bounds off East Ascension, and it will go to Denham Springs.
I mean, the first shot was tough, but she was able to follow her shot and get the rebound. We got to be able to put in that second one from point-blank range.
Henry will inbound it, will get it to Nora. Nora goes up, and it is no good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. Henry's underneath the basket, layup is no good, and it goes out of bounds on the Yellow Jackets, and it goes to East Ascension.
Going back to when we were up 7-0 and missed a wide open layup, we have just missed a lot of shots right at the goal.
From the paint, a jumper by Ukri is no good, and it goes out of bounds, but will stay with East Ascension. 6:22 left here in the fourth, and the Yellow Jackets trail by 5. From under the basket is Landry. She will inbound at the top of the key. We'll get it to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it over to Landry, who tries to get it down in the paint. It's a turnover by the Spartans, going the Yellow Jackets' way now. Henry from the wing gets it to the corner to Lindsay. Lindsay from the left wing We'll have a 5-second violation. It is going to be a turnover.
We got the timeout.
We got the timeout
Yep.
set. Okay, yep. About to be a 5-second violation. It will be a timeout. It is going to be a full timeout by the Yellow Jackets. And with 6:02 left in the fourth, we are back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Auto accidents.
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Workers' compensation.
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Welcome back in Yellow Jackets basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mashan and Associates General Contractors and the Bee's Knees Children's Boutique. As we play it here in the fourth period from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium, it is a 5-point deficit by the Yellow Jackets, but here is Smith from the top of the key. Dribbles it around, makes the move, dishes it out to Jornet. Jornet from mid-range around the free throw line is going to be no good, and we've got a foul called on the Yellow Jackets.
And that's our third foul of the quarter. They're just one foul away from starting to get 2 free throws the rest of the way.
Got a substitution. It will be Nora checking out, and that will make way for Preya Nelson coming back in for Denham Springs.
This full court press, maybe we'll get another steal out of it.
The Yellow Jackets are turning up the defense here, and it is going to be a turnover. It goes to Nelson. Nelson will kick it out to Jornet. Jornet will drive it in, now kick it out to Nelson. Nelson will get it to Smith in the corner. Smith's going to take a long three. It is an air ball, no good. Rebound goes to Samir. She puts it up and in, a two-pointer underneath the basket, and the Yellow Jackets are within 3. East Ascension being pressured now. They will get it across half court, down low to Betts. Betts will go out of bounds off the Yellow Jackets. I wasn't sure we hit it. I thought Mitchell had gone out of bounds on Mitchell for East Ascension, but they say it is out on Denham Springs, and it will stay with the Spartans. From under the basket, Mitchell will inbound it. We'll get it. It's going to be a steal by Taylor Smith. She gets across half court, taking it all the way. Will go up for a layup. It is no good, and it is going to be a jump ball. Possession goes to East Ascension.
It's every time you think you got a fast break and something's going to happen, EA hustles down the court.
Well, just
there to play tough defense.
Yeah, the defense, but man, just the missed layups by Denham Springs here tonight has been a little uncharacteristic. Pressure now by the Yellow Jackets, but East Ascension will break it underneath the basket as Betts will throw it up. It is no good, but the rebound goes to Mitchell for the Spartans, and the ball stays alive with EA. Mitchell now will get it to the top of the key to Landry. Landry gets it down low as the ball went to Betts and down to Landry, and it is no good. Rebound goes to Denham Springs.
The Jackets got a gift that time. They missed a point-blank layup.
Yes, they sure did. All right, Yellow Jackets now needing some points here with 4:25 left in the fourth. Turnover by the Yellow Jackets. It goes to East Ascension. Driving it down the court is Mitchell. Will try to get it down low. Is going to be a turnover as there was nobody there. We got a substitution for EA. That is Taylor coming in. So 4:20 left here in the fourth period. Yellow Jackets trail by 3, 25-22 to the East Ascension Spartans.
Still plenty of time left in this game. Just got to keep working the offense and make the open shots when we have them.
Exactly what I was about to say. Make the easy ones. Smith now working, will put it up, and it is no good. Rebound rather to East Ascension. They will push it down the court, trying to get it underneath the basket. Up and in is Mitchell for East Ascension. They now lead at 27-22. Smith into the front court, in between the circles now, trying to direct some traffic. Tries to get it down to Samir. It's going to be a turnover by Denham Springs. Quickly the other way. East Ascension with an easy layup from Mitchell. And we've got a timeout called by Denham Springs with 3:38 left in the fourth period. They trail by 29-22 to East Ascension. Back for this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's Grill has it going on. Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
As we welcome back in, it is Yellow Jackets basketball. It is 3:38 left here in the fourth. East Ascension with the lead, 29-22 over the Yellow Jackets, and it will be Yellow Jackets ball as the inbounds from King to Smith, and Smith will walk it up the court. In between the circles now, working it, going to try to drive it down. She's going to put it up, and it is going to be no good if she wasn't even close on that one. Samir gets the rebound, goes in, or tries to get it in. It goes back iron, no good. Samir gets it yet again. That is Jornette that time. And it is a third attempt. No good right there by the Yellow Jackets.
Just getting shots from 7-8 feet and can't get any on the fall.
Ball will go to East Ascension. Pressure by the Yellow Jackets now. East Ascension will get it into the front court now with Taylor handling it. Gets it over to Landry. Pressure. Goes back to Taylor. Taylor in the corner to Mitchell. Mitchell back up to the top to Betts. And it will ping pong around a little bit. Back to Betts at the top.
The DA's going to just hold it out and work it. They're going to try and knock off 45 seconds off the clock on this possession. That's a great idea when you're up 7 in a low-scoring game.
Yep, the old four corners.
There you go.
And we got a foul called, or what is that? Oh, push. All right, push on the Yellow Jackets. Right. They're going to call that one on Kimber King.
Coach Chandler Frier is asking for an intentional because that was off the ball. He may have a good point with that, but regardless, just a common foul, but that's 4, so the Spartans will be shooting 2 for everyone after this.
2:30 left here in the fourth period, 29-22. East Ascension with the lead as they go into a 4 corners offense to kind of try to kill this clock here. We've got another foul that is going to be 10. That is going to be on King, number 10. And that will...
Yep. Now they go to the free throw line.
Free throw line. Yep. 2:21 left here in the fourth.
5 fouls in the quarter and no more 1-and-1s. Everything is 2 shots.
All right, another quick reminder about the Denham Springs High School Hall of Fame nominations. They are now taking nominations from February 1st through March 31st of this year for your Hall of Fame nomination guidelines. They are available to the public on the Denham Springs High School website. That is www.denhamspringshs.org, or by picking up a copy at the school office, or you can contact our good friend, Miss Denham Springs, Julie Jacobson, at julie.jacobson@lpsb.org. So again, that is your Denham Springs High School Hall of Fame nominations, now open as of tomorrow. Long three-pointer by the Yellow Jackets. That is from Johnson. It is no good, and it goes off the foot of Smith, and it will be out of bounds, and it goes to East Ascension. 2:10 left here in this game, and East Ascension now 31-22 over the Yellow Jackets.
I don't think Marley was trying to make that foul, but she did bump her and get called for foul. I think we were trying to get some pressure and get a steal while it was in the backcourt. But foul was called as she bumped her, and Leah Taylor's been a good player for EA tonight.
She goes to the free throw line. First free throw is good. It is now a 10-point game, 32-22. East Ascension with the advantage with 2:07 left here in the game. Second free throw is up. That one is off the iron. It is no good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be Smith. Makes a pass. It is deflected by East Ascension. Goes back to Smith. Smith making some moves here. Gets it to Nelson. Nelson drives it in the paint. Puts it up and in. Two-pointer is good. That is a nice play right there. Preya Nelson to get it within 8. And we got a foul called on the court. With 1:45 left here. That will send East Ascension to the free throw line as they will shoot these free throws. We will step aside momentarily. 1:45 left here in the fourth period. We're back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets basketball. Yellow Jackets with the possession now on their side of the court. It is going to be Jornet who kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson from the top gets it to the free throw line to Nelson. Nelson kicks it out to Smith. Three-pointer rims out. No good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets, and then a foul on the putback by Jornet, and that will send her to the free throw line for 2. Foul going to be on Kendra Landry for the Spartans. All right, let's have a look here at free throws by Jornet. First one is off the iron and no good.
It just kind of shows the Jackets tonight. We had 2 Yellow Jacket players under the goal for the offensive rebound, and they collided with each other. So instead of a wide open look, Jornet was kind of off balance and then got her shot up in traffic instead of having an easy look at the goal.
Jornet's second one off the back iron, no good as well. So just the same spot both times on that one. But a turnover now by East Ascension goes to Smith. Smith takes a baseline jumper. It is no good, and it goes to East Ascension. East Ascension now going to push it as it gets to Betts. Betts trying to go underneath the goal to Mitchell. Ball bounces around and eventually will go out of bounds, and it will stay with East Ascension. Just a minute left here now, Mitch. 33-24. It's a steep mountain for the Yellow Jackets here.
It'll take a big effort.
Yep, absolutely. It is going to be inbounded by the Spartans. Spartans now with the clock in their advantage will work it from the top of the key with Taylor. And Taylor will be bumped by Marley Johnson, and that will send Taylor to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 48 seconds left.
It's going to take a lot of missed free throws from East Ascension, and we're going to have to knock down some 3-point shots. And we really only made the first 3-point shot that we took tonight. Hadn't made anything else since.
First free throw is good. Makes it a 10-point game at 34-24 with 48 seconds left. Second free throw is up and good, and it is 35-24. East Ascension will take a timeout. We will take it with them as well. Conclusion coming up after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We are again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
All right, welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball. It is 35-24. East Ascension with the lead here over the Yellow Jackets. 11-point difference here with 47 seconds left here in the game. Yellow Jackets going to push it up the court quickly. It's going to be a pass over to Smith. Smith takes a long three. It is off the rim, no good. Rebound goes to East Ascension. Ball is loose. Spartans will get it, being trapped on the near side. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will go to Denham Springs. Nope, they're going to say it's out on.
Yeah, we knocked it down. Yeah, we batted it back out of bounds.
East Ascension will inbound it now. It is going to be tipped out of bounds by Marley Johnson as she went up for it. So now it is going to be East Ascension inbounding from the baseline underneath the basket here. 31 seconds left now.
I don't have a shooting chart on the missed shots that we've had tonight, but it wouldn't be very pretty.
Turnover by East Ascension and a put up underneath the goal by Marley Johnson, and the basket is no good, but she is fouled and she will go to the line for 2. All right, Marley Johnson's first free throw is good. Makes it a 10-point game at 35-25. Free throw, second one is good as well. And a quick turnover by Taylor Smith. She shoots a 3 and it rims out, no good. Rebound goes to East Ascension. Ball is on the ground, and it is going to be out of bounds on Denham Springs, so the possession will stay with the Spartans with 18 seconds left. It is 35-26, EA with the advantage. Inbounds to Taylor. Taylor being pressured. Ball is loose. Taylor will get it. She will be hit. She tries to get the loose ball, and she will go to the free throw line for 2 with 13 seconds left. One last reminder that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mushan Associates, General Contractors, and the Bee's Knees Children's Boutique. We appreciate their sponsorship of these lovely Lady Jackets basketball games.
Well, you got to give EA a lot of credit for picking up the pace on the offensive end. They only had 7 points at halftime. They scored 0 points in the second quarter, and then came out with a 17-point third quarter to take the lead, and then have kept the foot on the gas, here in this fourth quarter and extended the lead.
36-26 now. First free throw was good. Here is the second one. It is good as well. And we've got a timeout called with 13 seconds left here in this ball game from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium, Mitch. So obviously, Yellow Jackets look that they are going to fall in this one, and it kind of blows this district race wide open.
Yeah, we get back to it, and your hope now is still to try and win out, and then you finish up with just one loss. There could be a shared district championship perhaps somewhere. East Ascension already has a loss. They lost to Walker. Walker was able to beat them on Tuesday. Possibility of a three-way tie. We've seen that in football happen like that, and possibility of a three-way tie for a district championship here in basketball as well. You don't know. Still going to be 3 district games left to play after this one. And you just have to work on getting back at it and learning from what went wrong today, and then trying to fix that up as you keep improving toward the end of the year. So you hope to make a big run at the end of the season when you get to the playoffs.
Yep. So we will have Coach Rudy Smith come talk with us after the conclusion of this one, and it'd be interesting to see his thoughts. Just how well Denham Springs shot the ball when we saw him play Walker here a week ago, and tonight. Baskets have been hard to come by, and the open, easy ones are going to be the head scratcher here, I think, for Denham Springs.
EA plays tough defense now, and they may make you work to get your shots, but we did have several looks at it at times around the goal without anyone in between us and the rim, and weren't able to get it to fall.
All right, it will be back to the foul line for.
No, we threw it out of bounds.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought they were. Look down real quick to make a note. All right, here's East Ascension now, just kind of running that four corners offense as the clock hits 2 seconds, down to 1, and we will hit triple zeros here from the Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. Yellow Jackets will fall in this one. 37-26 is the final. And we will take a timeout. When we come back, we will dig into this in a little bit, the misses that were, and then we will hear from Coach Rudy Smith. Stay with us. We are back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Springs High High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Duke Seafood and Steakhouse, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Denspree, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, L. King Company, and Triton Outpatient Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Grady Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Randy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all-world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball, 37-26, the final here from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. Yellow Jackets will fall in this one to the East Ascension Spartans. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Thanks for joining us here tonight on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the web at johnfineproductions.com, and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. We ask that you always give that a subscribe. It just kind of keeps you up to date on what we're doing here. When we do go live, I put out a note sometimes from time to time to let you know what's going on. Let's say there's a schedule change or a snowstorm that disrupts things a little bit. But great to have you all along with us. And Mitch, obviously a tough one here tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Maybe you come out, you play so well against Walker in your district opener, then you go on the road at Santa Maria to the Gold Dome. You get a 1-point win there. You come into this one, and I'm curious. Was it the luck running out? Was it just bad shooting here tonight? Like what? It'll be curious to hear what Coach Smith says about this one and how he saw this one play out. But it just seemed like the Yellow Jackets had their opportunities. The buckets just weren't falling tonight.
No, and first of all, I'll give East Ascension a lot of credit.
Yes.
They play tough defense, and you can see that coming in, just man-to-man. They stay between you and the goal a whole lot. They don't give you a lot of easy open looks at it, but we jumped out to a quick 7-0 lead, and then missed the layup right there with a chance to go up 9-0, and then we'd gotten a couple points off the press, got a couple steals. Once East Ascension cut that down a little bit and made us work on the offensive end, you started frustration start to build with the Yellow Jacket girls. About in the middle of the second quarter, we started taking some awkward shots, maybe forcing a couple up there, and then it just became frustrating all night long. Even the shots around the goal that normally fall so easily for you felt like tough shots, and you were just begging for something to go in, bounce around the rim, and find its way through the net, but it just wasn't going to happen, and the shooting percentage was not going to be pretty tonight. We missed missed a lot of shots, missed a lot of shots near the goal. I think we made the first three-point shot we took tonight. Don't believe we made another one the rest of the night.
No, you're right. And it's like, when Smith hit that first one early on, it was like, she picked up right off where we saw her last time. And then knowing that the heroics that she had in that San Juan game, and then from there, I mean, it just went ice cold here in the Grady Hornsby Gym. And sometimes you have nights like that. And when you got a team like EA, they're 18-4 on the season, but Walker got after them pretty good last week. I think they beat them by 30-something points. I think it was. And so
I heard it was about 10, 12-point game for a lot of it. And Walker put away at the fourth, but still, it's just contrasting styles. Walker's trapping and pressing and trying to get turnovers, and then sometimes if you get out of that without a turnover, you get to the bucket and it's 3-on-1 at the goal. Well, East Ascension doesn't make a lot of risks. They stay between you and the goal. They're not out there trying to steal the ball at half court. They're not trapping. They're just trying to keep their positioning between you and the goal, and they did a great job of it tonight, and it made us force up some awkward shots and just weren't able to get any confidence going at any point to where you just release it with a good feel.
It seemed to me that EA won, obviously their game plan in slowing this game down. I mean, we saw it from the beginning, at halftime, or, the score was what we saw in the first period against Walker. So they wanted to slow the game down, but what they did so well is, as you mentioned, they play aggressive defense, and it was just one of those where it's just kind of nagging at you. I think frustration is the right word that you use there. Is they just frustrated the Yellow Jackets, and then you start forcing those shots that you mentioned that you're not used to taking, or you're trying to force it because you're so frustrated on that side of the court that when you go down to yours, you chunk it up.
And not just the shots. Every now and then we get a rebound and we try to push it up the floor too quick and just throw it away. No EA defender getting a hand in between you and your partner you're trying to throw it to, just running too quick and trying to make things happen instead of being as patient as you can and just let it come to you.
Yeah, so this will be a tough one for the Yellow Jackets, but they will have to regroup. We'll get Coach Smith's thoughts on it, but I believe, depending on what some of these games get canceled and moving around and all that. I think as of right now they have Monday they're supposed to go to Mandeville, which is a game that they I remember a couple years ago, there was a really close game between them two, and they usually see each other in the playoffs. I think they're familiar with each other, and I
believe that's who we played in the semifinals last year.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And it was
very
a close
familiar
game.
with them.
Yeah. So we'll get some information on that to see if that game is still going on. But if not, of course, we know that we will be back here next Friday for another Lady Jackets basketball game here from Grady Hornsby. 5:45 will be the airtime for that one, as it will be the rival Live Oak Eagles coming into Denham Springs. So always an exciting one. Anytime, it doesn't matter what the sport is, Walker, Live Oak, and Denham Springs, that trifecta there. Anytime you get that, you're going to have a great game and a good atmosphere against a parish rival. But we will take a timeout. When we come back, we will get ready for Coach Rudy Smith to join us here. And it is 37-26, the final. East Ascension with the win here from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. We're back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amy Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denham Springs Clinic located at 145 Aston Square next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Personal injury?
Warrior A-Bear and On-Gel.
Auto accidents?
Warrior A-Bear and On-Gel.
Workers' compensation?
Warrior A-Bear and On-Gel.
One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenck, and Allison Costanza, and a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Hebert, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Hebert, and Angel.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Cypress Pharmacy, BJ Pawn and Gun, Sport Clips, Forest Grove Plantation, MODAD 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, KOA Campground, and Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball, 37-26, the final here from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. Yellow Jackets will fall to East Ascension in this one. Josh Ward now joined by head coach of the Lady Jackets, Coach Rudy Smith. Coach, tough night here for the Lady Jackets, no doubt. Credit to East Ascension. They played tough, and I think they kind of got you frustrated, maybe a little out of your sync, out of rhythm a little bit. So how did you see this one play out for your team here tonight?
Well, I thought we started off okay, minus the missing the gimmies. I thought we missed a lot of gimmies early, and I saw a little bit of bad body language from some of our girls, like they just weren't feeling it, and it just kind of snowballed from there, I thought. I spent a lot of time during the timeouts more complaining, more talking to them more about just body language, finding a way, and not getting down on yourselves because you miss a layup or a free throw. It happens in the pros, in college. Of course, it's going to happen in high school.
Sure.
But I thought our defense was really good in that first half. That's what we really focused on yesterday because we didn't play very good defense at Santa Ma. I thought we improved there. Something happened at halftime, and
I'm sitting here looking at the scorebook with you, and 0 points by East Ascension in the second period. I mean, that's pretty good defense there. I mean, you were playing well there, and as you said, but it just seemed like frustration started to set in at times. The easy gimmies, and we talked about it all night. Like right underneath the basket, you would have 3 putbacks, and none of them would fall.
None of them would fall.
Now we were talking like against Walker in that first half, it's like you couldn't miss anything.
Right.
And then tonight they just aren't following. Nights like that'll happen, but it seems like the frustration just kind of set in a little bit. And as the game went later on, you could kind of see it. And again, once EA got that little bit of cushion, that 5-point lead there, it was it just seemed like it was a hard mountain to climb at that point.
For sure, we tried putting the fouls on them, starting to foul them pretty early in the game. I want to say. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, we started fouling a little bit just to get to that 5-foul mark and put them on the line. But I'm looking here, they missed maybe 3 free throws, and it looks like they made 100 in the fourth quarter. So it's not like we could get them to miss free throws. But, I was proud of the effort, even though we had a little bit of adversity there with our body language and the way Coach handled it. I was fired up on the sideline with some of them with the body language and the attitudes. But, I do like the fact that they just hate to lose.
Yeah, I know that is a great characteristic of a team who does not like to lose. So that is good. So how do you regroup from this one? I know Monday you're going to go over to Mandeville and play a freshman JV game, no varsity there. So your varsity squad will get a little bit of rest going in to the parish rivals coming in next Friday against Live Oak.
We won't get much rest. I'll probably keep the varsity here. We may even go a little bit Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and do a light something Wednesday. But, we got to fix a few things with our offense. We like to get steals. Deflections lead to steals, which lead to easy baskets. We just didn't seem to get any easy baskets. And maybe it's because we just missed them. But most of those misses were through our offense. We got to get some steals up in transition pushing it down the floor, get some wide open layups with nobody contesting. That's kind of been the name of our game here lately.
Just from the few games, from the couple of games that we've seen, it just seems like there was just some uncharacteristic things going on with your team here tonight. And again, we talk about like those things will happen. You have an off night, things start, one domino falls, the next one falls, and the next thing you know, the snowball is going down the mountain much quicker, and things become more difficult. Right. Communication was something that your coach talked about at the half. How did you feel that was? Did that play any key in it?
I thought it was pretty bad. I thought the communication in the second half was pretty bad. Me calling plays, usually when I call a play, the bench calls it after I do. And then one kid on the floor hears it, and I'm talking defense and offense, and that one person calls it. Next thing you know, you got 5 of them calling it, and that kind of gets us talking into whatever we're in. If we're on defense, I got number 34. Okay, good, I'm in gap, I'm guard number 22. And it just never translated out of when it came out of my mouth, it just never, it was kind of a bad effort all the way around. It was just one of those nights, I'll say this, the beginning of the year, the coaches got together and we knew the talent we had, even though it was young. And we said, we'll probably beat some teams that we shouldn't beat. But we're going to lose to some teams we shouldn't lose to. And I think this was one of those nights,
Talk about this district as a whole, though. Just, a lot of good teams in this district. Prairieville jumping in this year,
Sure.
Obviously is a new school, but just this district as a whole is it's a good district to be in. It gets you ready for a lot of tough games, and you've seen that throughout the years. Talk about the district this year and where they are up to this point in your mind.
Yeah, I think you can kind of throw records out the window. I know when Live Oak comes in here, if it's next week, whenever it is, it's going to be a war for 4 quarters. She does a great job over there at Live Oak, and they know what we do, and it's always a good game with Live Oak. And you got Walker, of course, is Walker. Chase Delry is over at Prairieville. Yep. He does a really good job over there. He did a good job at Dutchtown. I think he's got a little guard over there that came with him. And they're going to be tough. They're fighting for that a good playoff spot. So it really doesn't matter who we play. It's going to be a battle, and you've got to come out to play every night.
Well, Coach, we always appreciate the time. I know it's not always easy coming up and answering these questions after a loss. Last week it was really fun after the big Walker win, sure. But I know you guys will regroup and you'll get them back to work and get refocused in. It'll be a good night next Friday night here at Grady Hornsby against the Live Oak Eagles, so we appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr.
All right, that was head coach Rudy Smith of the Yellow Jackets. We'll be back after this quick timeout on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday. Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Josh Howard and Megan Fontenot Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Ames.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program, to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball. It is 37-26, the final here from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. Josh Ward now joined again by Mitch Covington. And obviously thanks to Coach Smith coming up and talking with us there. And, he said the body language he wasn't happy with, the communication he wasn't happy with. That was something that Coach Caroline Taylor talked to me with at the half, that she said we got to communicate better. He didn't feel that was good. He didn't feel that. He just said that there was just something off tonight. He said, and gimmies was the word that he used. A golf term that we like to use a lot. But he said, the gimmies that we usually make, we just weren't making tonight, and it was a problem. And then he said, we just started doing things that we're not used to doing, and the frustration, as we talked about, just starts to set in, and it just ends up being a rough night. And sometimes you'll have that. And he talks about the strength of this district, and how every game's going to be a fight. And I don't know if you heard him there, but he said in the before the season, he said we're going to beat some teams that we shouldn't, and we're going to lose to some teams we shouldn't. And all I could think in my head was like don't lose to Live Oak next week. I can't handle that again. So hopefully, there's no varsity game Monday. He said it's a freshman JV game over in Mandeville. And I said, so a little rest for the varsity? He's like, I don't think they're going to get much rest. He said, we may be practicing on Sunday. So he's going to try to keep try to refocus and get them going here, because when Live Oak coming here, again, you can always throw the records out. It doesn't matter. You're going to get their best shot.
Well, you brought up the football game against Live Oak, but the difference there is Live Oak wasn't a very good football team as far as they only won 3 games, I believe, on the season. This East Ascension basketball team, like the girls tonight, they came into the game with 11 seed. They were 16-4, I believe, coming into the game. And then they've won a lot of basketball games. They're going to be maybe a top 10 seed as it gets to the playoffs, perhaps, when you get there. We were 9, they were 11, so it wasn't like this was just a team that we had no business losing to. East Ascension is a good basketball team, and we just didn't do what needed to be done to win the ball game tonight. Maybe if we saw them again later on down the road, maybe it'd be different. A few more shots fall, and you start feeling a little bit more confident about yourself and getting the ball in the basket. But tonight, East Ascension just got after it, played really good defense, and frustrated us for the night. And those things happen. Sometimes it just snowballs. 1 or 2 girls missed a couple shots, and then everyone starts feeling that same thing. I guess Coach Smith was talking about body language, and you could just tell that it just wasn't happening tonight. And so, but the good thing is it's just one game.
That's right. Yep.
It's not a 2, 3, 4 game losing streak. It's just one game. You're still sitting at the top of the district. Right now, you're going to be tied with a couple of teams at the moment. And so, we've got to see how the last 3 games go halfway through the district schedule. So we got another 3 games left, and really the 3 teams maybe with the top highest seeds, playoff spots, we've played them. So now we're going to the teams that have a few more losses, and then you hope maybe to rack up a couple more wins right there and get on a roll before the playoffs start.
Yeah, you would hope so, and you hope that, again, you regroup from this one. You have it on film. You got some things that you can go to. This is the kind of game as a coach that you use this film as some serious coaching moments to sit here and look at this, and I hope we're giving EA the credit they deserve here, because as you mentioned, they are a good team. 16-4, 18-4 is one of those two, but they only had 4 losses on their season, and they came in and they came in with a good game plan of how to slow this thing down and how to frustrate Denham Springs, and they were able to do that. That's good coaching. That's patient on their side of the court, that they were able to do that and continue to do that all night. It's hard to play that kind of defense all night. And, some of the loose balls that they went and got was impressive, but just how they overall came in here, it's not easy to go on the road. Denham Springs usually plays very well in this gym. Tonight, not so much. Those things happen. EA comes in on the road and plays a really good game. So hats off to them. They won this one. And again, how this district is going to play out now, each game becomes very interesting. It'll be curious to see how the Yellow Jackets come back and rebound against Live Oak. So we'll be looking forward to that one. Again, we will have that one for you right here.
Still fighting for a district championship.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's still a goal that can be reached.
It's all still there. You still want to be in that top 16 to have your first playoff game at home. So it'll be interesting to see how the power ratings shake out after this week. We will get more into the updated power ratings next week as we are getting closer to the end of the regular season for the Lady Jackets. Always remember, we do have boys basketball coming up. Our first one will be February. I messed up here. I didn't have that. I have
the schedule right there in front of us.
I know. It's
the Tuesday after the girls play on Friday,
yes,
correct?
Tuesday, February 11th, day before my birthday, actually.
Oh, there you go.
So,
all right.
yeah, so maybe it'll be a good birthday present for me that the boys team get back on track here. All right, Mitch, as we close it out here, obviously, tough night for the Lady Jackets, but look forward to seeing how they rebound from this one. And again, next week, Live Oak coming into Grady Hornsby.
Yeah, there's no rule that you have to have X amount of losses as you go into the playoffs to make a big run at the end of the season. So all that's still ahead for the Lady Jackets. You still have the goal of trying to be a district champion still ahead of you. Right now, you're going to be tied at the top of the district. So if you win out, no one can knock you off of that perch right there. So you want to work toward that. And then once again, just kind of get that momentum going in the last 2 weeks here of the regular season as you start to head into the playoffs following that.
All right, so that will do it for us here. For everyone involved, thank you all for joining us on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the web at johnfineproductions.com, and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you get that subscribe button a hit, give it a like, and we'll keep you up to date here with all we are doing at DS Jacket Vision as we continue to expand our sports coverage here of Denham Springs Athletics. So we appreciate you, and thanks to all the great sponsors. I want to say special thanks to our guy Jake Williamson on the camera, for Darren Ferrente here on the ones and twos, for John Fine, for Mitch Covington. I'm Josh Ward. We will be with you next Friday for Lady Jackets and the Eagles here from Grady Hornsby Gymnasium. 5:45 will be the start time for us. Hope you will join us. That'll do it from Grady Hornsby. Have a good night, everybody.
You've been listening to Denham Springs High School basketball broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, Baton Rouge. On the net at johnfineproductions.com. And on YouTube, please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. Josh Ward on play-by-play with Mitch Covington on color commentary. Denham Springs High School basketball broadcasts are a John Fine production.
You are listening to Family Radio.